Okay, so welcome to this yoga. Welcome to yoga. We're going to start in child's pose actually. So sitting on back and just coming down a little bit. Sit on the heels, knees about hip distance or so, maybe a little wider. And start by sinking in, enjoying forehead to the ground, a lower place to be. And we go deep breath in and out through the nose. You can even take some heavy sighing exhales as if you're letting go of any of the stress, worries, woes, life, whatever has come our way. Feel that belly expand a little farther, almost like you're trying to drop it down to touch the ground. And then full exhale, releasing everything. Using this nice, slow, soft breath as that guide for your practice, as you flow, move, and just be. So this is your time, your hour or so to let go of the busyness. Let go of what's outside of these doors and come into this single space. Right, reaching those hands forward. We'll start to move by shifting your weight forward, first on your elbows, and then replace the elbows with the hands. Lift yourself up. And take the knees underneath the hips. We'll arch the back once, look up, inhale. This time as you exhale, instead of regular cat pose, we sit back on the heels, cat pose. So you're stretching the back, reaching the fingertips, not quite child's pose. You're still upright, but we're shifting forward and back. Then again, that cow pose, drop the belly, hard up. Exhale, sit back on the heels, round the back. And do that just a few more times, and taking any extra movement there, moving more through the head, the neck, just finding what feels good. Not necessarily connecting the breath and movement, that's fine if you do, but it can also just be a breathe as you move situation. Good, and then we'll shift forward and stay on the hands and knees in that 4-point base position. Ground down through the right hand, left hand reaches up high. Twist, hold it. Rotate through that wrist, the upper wrist a couple times, the hand moves. Good, and then take that hand that's reaching, slide it underneath the opposite shoulder, thread the needle. So reach the opposite side of the room, right hand pressing into the ground, back of the head on the floor. Your right hand can stay with the fingertips down, or you can reach it forward, adding more length through the spine. Good, and then take that hand back to the ground. Press into it, reach up with that left arm, all the way up. Exaggerate it, really reach. And then place the hand back down to the floor. Other side, reach up, opposite arm. Stay here, rotating the wrist a few times. Maybe even down through the shoulder joint, like you're screwing in a light bulb. And then take that arm all the way down and through underneath the shoulder. Left hand can fingertips down or reach forward. Good, and then take the left hand back on the floor, press into it as you reach up with that right arm. Exaggerate, reach, lift, maybe even bump the hips to the side. Then place your hands down on the floor. Under the shoulders, we'll actually do hip circles. So we get to circle the hips over the knees a few times, just getting into the different fingertip points in the wrists. So imagine drawing circles with your shoulders over the hands, circles with your hips over the knees. And then we can switch direction. We can make it even bigger. And then holding on regular hands and knees, flip the hands so that the palms face up. Just give them a little stretch there. You can even tuck the toes under if it feels okay. Sit back. How are the hands and the wrists feeling lately? Eh?
Yeah, it's been worse, but.
Yeah, okay. Not a lot of weight being put on them probably. All right, unflip that. Keep the toes under. How are the knees feeling today? Okay, so we can lift up and be okay on the knees. Yeah, all right. So from there, a little bit of more movement for the spine just to get everything loosened up. So you take the left hand on the hip, right arm reaching straight up. Lean to the side a little. There you go, lean to the side. And then thumb pressing back, so your hips press forward and reach back just a few inches. And then taking that upper hand down to a big circle and switch. Circle, switch hands, left hand high, right hand on the hip. Little side bend, little back bend. We do that a few more times, but this time with the breath and keep moving. So big circle, hand on the waist of the hip. You can even crawl onto the floor, touch the floor. We're working this nice core building, core strengthening movement into our warm-up. And lastly, come back down to the hands and the knees. A regular cat and cow. Arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Pull that belly in, chin tucked. And again. Good, bring it back to neutral as you walk the hands forward about a hand distance. Tuck the toes under, lifting the knees and sending those hips up and back to downward facing dog. Bend one knee at a time, just to simply pedal the feet. Take some movement that feels good in your down dog. Then walk the feet forward just behind the hands. Just behind the hands, so we can end up in this ragdoll-like forward fold. Grab the elbows, shake out the head. And add a little sway with bent knees. Allow your head to become heavy, your arms heavy as they hold on to each other. And that mop on the top of your head, just sweeping away all of the stuff that no longer serves us right now. And so we're letting fall out. Good, release those hands down to the floor, bend the knees, and roll yourself up. We'll come to a standing pose. Good. And the feet stay about hip distance with toes pointed forward. I like the spot you picked, right in the middle. Perfect. Got my little 6 spots out here. Okay, palms forward. Take an inhale, reach up. And then open those arms, hinging at the hips, forward fold. And do it slowly. So we take some extra breaths as we come down. Lengthen the back, press into the shins, straighten the arms, flatten the back. Exhale, just the forward fold back down. Half sun salutation. Look forward, a little bend in the knees. We rise back up, open those arms, reach up. Connect and reach straight up, connecting those hands. The hands will come down back to the hearts. So pressing palms active together. Do it again, reach up, inhale. Exhale, open arms, swan dive, forward fold. Maybe 2 breaths to get down into that forward fold and hang out at the bottom. Lengthen into a half lift on your inhale. Lift the sitting bones, lift the tailbone. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, looking forward, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. And once more, reach up, inhale. Straight up, lengthen. Exhale, dive down. Until you get to the bottom and you relax, release. Lengthen through that back, inhale. Exhale, back down. Inhale, little bend in the knees, rising up. And then take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders together, palms together, look up. Really soften those shoulders as you press the hips forward, stand taller. This next exhale brings you down to a forward fold. So keep the hands where they are, folded down. Then release the hands down to the floor, let them go. Heel toe the feet just a little bit wider, close to the edge of the mat, but not quite. So your hands can come to the inside of the feet. Lengthen, take the hands on the shins, then plant the hands down just in front of the toes and step the right foot back to a lunge. Low lunge, hands on the inside of the left foot. So we've got this low lunge, your knees can be down. Well, let's actually keep the knee up right now and just help those hips down a little bit with some pulses. Just gentle pulses, not really on a rhythm. Just trying to get more length through that back leg. In a low lunge. Yeah. And then take the back knee down on purpose. Right hand stays down, flatten the back foot. Left arm reaches up for the lunging twist, but we've got plenty of space for the twist, so not a deep twist. Then as you bring that left arm forward, straighten the left leg. You can take it to the outside if you want to. It's kind of like add a little bit of a diagonal here. That's okay. So you don't have to adjust the foot at all. Just adjust your body position facing the outside edge of the mat. And then slowly coming forward, again, bending that front knee, take the left hand on the inside of the foot, back toes pick up or back knee picks up, and then turn into a low lunge. So we pivot both feet over to the right side, a low side lunge. So now we're facing diagonal on the opposite side and just shifting into that left foot, feeling the inner thigh. That's all. Take the left hand, keep it down by the foot. Right arm reaches up. Maybe not all the way up though, so halfway, part way. It's this sort of awkward looking side angle. So this would not be an actual side angle. Our feet aren't in the correct position, but it's still safe to be here. And then bring the hand back down. Pivot back to the front, more picking up that back heel. Back knee comes down, and then swing the front foot back to a kneeling position. Shift it forward, so in this kneeling plank. Bend the elbows, chaturanga on the knees. Press either back to kneeling plank or kneeling up dog, lifting the heart. Then taking your time to get to downward facing dog, tuck the toes under, hips go up and back. Take a few breaths in down dog. Any heat releasing breaths, you can exhale through the mouth. Otherwise, it's in and out through the nose. Okay, very carefully, slowly, gently walk the feet forward. Bend the knees and we'll roll ourselves up again or walk the hands up the legs. Feet go a little bit wider, reach up. Hands behind the back once more, interlace the fingers. Press the palms down or grab the wrists. Look up, squeeze hips forward, then forward fold. Exhale, take it down. Good, and then release those hands to the floor. Feet maybe a little wider, create that space. We know that we're going into a lizard lunge, so the hands will be on the inside of the right foot this time. Bend the knees just slightly. Step the left foot back into a wide stance lunge as you walk your hands back towards the front arch of the foot. Low lunge, yeah.
Is it the opposite one now?
Yes. You're in the correct side. I am opposite of you technically, but it's the same mirrored side. So yes, different sides. So bringing those hips up and down a few times, feeling into the hip flexor, that good old tight muscle that tightens up, especially when we sit a lot. Working, driving, living. Okay, then take that back knee down to the floor, flatten the back foot. Down. You can, if you want to place it foot or keep it out a little wider. Left arm reaches up, right arm reaches up, excuse me. Left hand on the floor, right hand reaching up, twisting towards the front knee. And then finding more length through the crown of the head from that into that back knee. Find a long straight line. And then moving that top hand, reaching it forward, down, straightening that front leg. Right hand can go to the outside of the foot, and then we turn our body a little bit diagonally, just in line with that front leg. Over for half splits. Pull the toes back. Feel the calves, the front calf. And then shifting forward, bending into that front knee, take the hands to the inside of the foot again. Lift the back knee off the ground. Go turn the toes, or back heel comes down, turning the toes just slightly to the side, so we're turning into a low side lunge. Hands on the ground, feeling more of that right inner thigh. Side lunge style. Yep, and then right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. We've got that sort of awkward side angle. This is more of it's a bad alignment side angle on purpose. You can look either down or up towards one or the other hand. Then both hands come down to the floor. Good, re-pivot to the front into that low lunge. Hands on the inside, let's take the knee to the ground behind you. Step the front foot back, kneeling, plank pose. And our tricep push-up on the knees. Or to the belly, let's do that version. To the ground. Gentle press of the hands or light on the hands as you lift to cobra pose. And then we'll go back down, hold it here. Extend the arms forward. We've been doing a lot of folding forward and sort of heating the opposite muscles of what we would need for a few more back extensions or back bends. So here we go. Take that right leg and lift it, just straight. So like Pilates style. Left hand, reach, lift it. There you go. Let's do a little glute squeeze here, out to the side. Doesn't have to be 90 degrees, just see what happens. Ooh, squeeze, and back. And bring that down. Maybe the chin comes down. And then the opposite leg lifts. Good, squeeze it, hold it, point the toes, heel up. Other hand hovers. Good, and then out to the side, squeeze. This is what I need more of. The out to the side, oh, the glutes out and back to the center. And down. And now a little breath count pace. Inhale, lift. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Out to the side, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale down. Again, right hand, left foot up. Exhale out to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale down. We'll do one more each side. Inhale, left arm, right foot. Exhale, squeeze to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale to the side. Inhale, reach, long, center. Exhale down. Good. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Press back slowly to child's pose. And walk the hands over to the right side, creating this side stretch through the left side of the body as you reach that left hand longer. And then switch sides, just trying to find more length after our back work or core work for the back of the body. Good, and back to center. And shift forward, keeping the hands where they are. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Gonna walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. And you can take your feet a little closer together now, maybe not quite as far. And bring yourself up slowly. Roll it or walk your hands up the legs. And reach those arms up overhead. And then bring the hands down, center, hands together. There we go. And hands to your hips. Right foot stays down, left foot makes a tree pose. So bringing the left foot up to the ankle, maybe kickstand today. Find a single unmoving point to gaze at. There we go. And we'll enjoy this momentary time to wiggle, wobble, and fall and get back in. So spend some time here. A good 10 breath counts or so. Imagine that rooting down stability of a tree. Doing awesome at catching your balance. And then I talk. Good. And we'll switch sides. So come out of that one, give it a little shaky, shake out, especially that base leg. Plenty of space over, yeah. You get the whole studio space. All right, so let's try that other side. The ground down through the left foot, right toes inch up, either to the calf, the shin, or not calf, the upper calf, or the thigh. You can stare at one of the little Ash's yoga stickers, one single point. Right, and we'll bring that down. Balancing. Nice one. There we go. And come back to the top of the mat. We'll move on from there. Just let it go. All the wobbles. Let's get a little bit more stability. Reach up. Do some warrior poses. Exhale, forward fold. Down towards the ground. Full forward fold. Exhale fully. Then lift up halfway. Inhale. And then step the left foot back again into a lunge. Except this time, spin the back heel down. Line up the front heel and the back arch. So you'll turn a little bit towards the side. We'll rise up real quick through warrior one, but open up to warrior two. So the right toes are forward, knee is bent, and you see the big toe on the inside of the foot. Good. So keep pressing to the pinky toe side of that foot to open up the hips. Give yourself a big shoulder roll. Ooh. And squeeze those heels together. Feel the strength of those wonderful legs of ours. Flip the front palm. Reach a little forward. So here, I'm serving you cookies. Have them. Take them. And then reach it straight up with that right hand, left hand down the back leg. This tries to keep the knee bent. There's still a little crease in the hip there as you're bending the knee. Then take that back hand, the one that's softly on the leg, and reach straight back, shoulder height. Yeah. Good. Opposite direction now, lift up, take the elbow to the thigh, left arm straight up, and roll that left shoulder back. So now we're actual side angle, so we try to stay very open here. Good, rising back to warrior two, lift up. Straighten the front leg. Feels nice. Step the back foot in just a little bit, maybe a foot distance. Heel is still turned away from you. Toes are facing more forward than back. Reach it long, triangle pose. Right hand down the leg. Left arm reaching up. Try to bump the left hip back a little more. You feel that hamstring in the front. So we're hitting up our good old basic standing yoga poses. Just a few breaths in each position. Doesn't take too long. Let's look down. Try it one time. Let's do this. We won't be there for too long. Half moon. So bending to the front knee. Reach forward with the right hands. Shift forward. Pick up the back leg. Balance. One more little chance at that balance position. And then both hands come down. Close it in. Close the hip. So go from external rotation to internal rotation of that left leg. Step way back to a lunge again. Crescent lunge back. Heels lifted. Rise up once. Inhale, reach up. Ooh, balance. Good, and then back down. Nice hair. All right, step back to downward facing dog. Take that right leg, the one that was just forward, and lift it behind you. Bend the knee, open up that hip a little bit, rotate through the ankle. And then place that foot back to the floor, and both feet walk forward to the top of the mat. There you go. Half lift, take that inhale, and we go right to the other side. Hands down, fingertips down, step back with the right foot. Good, and the back heel spins down to the floor. Line up the front heel and back arch. We walk the hands up or rise by reaching those arms out and up. Feels awkward in the hips. We're gonna open them right away, warrior two. Left hand forward, right hand back. Gazing just over the front fingertips. And give it that nice shoulder roll to settle in. Good, and then flip that front hand. Lean forward, reach forward a little farther. Keep reaching. There you go. Come to me. And now we tilt it. Keep that knee as it is, that front leg bent, reach straight up. So we're not going back, we're reaching up towards whatever's straight above you. Right hand down the back leg. And then take that back hand and reach it to the back. Shoulder height, palm facing up. So this little core strengthening 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock arms. Okay, and then lift it back up through warrior two, taking left elbow to your thigh. And we're really feeling that front leg right now. And reach straight up with that right hand. Good, lifting back up, warrior two, straightening the front leg. Oh yeah, straighten the front leg. Got through the bent knee portion. Step in just a little, just for that balance, stability. Reach forward with the left hand, bumping the right hips to the back, lengthening through the waist. Triangle pose. All right, look down, we'll try it. Here we go, half moon on this side. Bend the front knee, reach forward with that left hand. Scooch forward, shift the weight into that front leg and lift the back leg, stack the hips. Open the body. Good. And then both hands come down to the floor. Internally rotate so that upper leg, toes face the ground. And step way back gently. Lunge, and one time we'll rise up into a crescent lunge, reach up. And we'll go right back down. Step back to downward facing dog. Yep, lift the left leg, the one that was just forward, for the external rotation in down dog. You can rotate the ankle, move the hip, just to help release, let go. Good, and then place that foot back down to the floor. And we shift forward into a plank pose. Knees down, once more, lower to your belly. All the way to the ground. And reach the hands back feet together. We've got one more back extension work for us, back lifting. And we lift the shoulders, lift the arms and reach back. Then lift the legs, locust pose. And work with our breath a little here. Keep the legs glued together. Reach forward, take an inhale. Big swimming motion. Exhale, swim back. We do 3 of those. Inhale, forward. Exhale, swim back. One more time, forward. And back. Hold here. Option to bend the knees, reaching towards the ankles. You may or may not find them. That's all right. Got bow pose. Or reaching towards that bow pose. Got it. Nice. And let that go. Back to child's pose again. So you press into the hands and knees. Sit back. All right, slowly rolling yourself up. So you're sitting on the heels and bringing the legs around to the front of the mat. Good timing. All right. I'm done with the standing stuff. Getting stronger, so that's a good thing. Okay, press through the heels, sit up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders, hands by your side, and reach those arms up. And slowly reaching forward, taking your time to get to that forward fold. And we'll be here for a little while. So you can add any kind of lift, lengthen, and release as you come back into it. Or continue lengthening the crown of the head, the nose towards the toes. Good, lift up, take an inhale, crawl the hands back up. Bend the right knee, take it over the top of the left leg. Give a nice little hug in there. And we hug the knee. Right hand presses by the base of the back at the ground. Lift tall and turn towards your right shoulder. There's a couple ways to press or hug that front knee, so that's up to you. Try to keep both hips grounded. Good, unwind from the twist, and we'll do a figure 4. The foot comes just above the knee. And we're just gonna keep this leg straight, sit up tall, and add a little lean. So placing your hands in a comfortable place or whatever works for you. And lift back up, we'll switch sides. So extend that right leg. Left knee bends, place it over the thigh. Nice and tall, give it a hug and start to turn over that left shoulder. Left hand presses into the ground to help you sit up taller. Release that. Place the ankle just above the knee. Feels so good for this hip. So we're just gonna do the straight version and walk the fingertips forward. Are you feeling tighter hips too? Just actually everything in general. I've seen a few people, maybe who aren't so busy with life, who have taken it to like the next level with their fitness during quarantine. It's like, good job. Some friends, I'm like, wow, you got fit. Whoa.
That was great at the beginning, and after all, it's like, this is never gonna end.
Oh yeah.
Like, when the smoke came, I was kind of done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
5 months a day for a while.
Mm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, no.
Well, there's always next year.
There's always, no,
A new day. Yeah. The weather, I could have just stayed like this for a good 5 more months. Was there a little more smoke today though? Not, I didn't smell it, but it was really hazy. Okay.
It's just, it was so cold in the ground, and it was
Oh, okay. Because the sun looked extra hazy, reddish. Mm-hmm. All right, lift back up. Oh, take those legs wide. And we'll do the same sort of fold forward with our wide leg variation. Toes up. And we walk it forward. I think this is my all-time favorite pose ever. So we'll just stay here for a good amount of time. Let's walk it back up. We'll come out of that one. We'll do more, some more in a moment, but we're gonna come down to the mat, to our ground, to our back. I bring the feet forward first, to the top of the mat. Scooching forward. So always make sure we stay on our mat. Take them about hip distance for a moment. Hands behind you. And reversing this just for a breath or two. Lift the hips, squeeze the shoulders. Reverse tabletop. And then lower back down. Now we come to the ground on our backs. Reach forward. And when you get there, hug the knees in and rock side to side. Give yourself that nice calming massage of sorts. Then take both legs straight up in this L position, or legs up the wall. Let's work a little more core strength. We're going to take your hands and reach towards the front of the mat, palms facing down. So you could sit on your hands, but let's just keep them down on the floor. And one leg at a time, take the right leg down towards the ground in an L shape so the heel hovers above the ground, and pause. Just keep the right leg extended, and the hands then go to your left hamstring and pull it closer to you, or your calf. So this nice little hover, it's a dual action situation, hamstring stretch and core strengthening, more for the lower, like quad hip flexor of that right leg. Okay, switch it. Lift the legs up first, both of them, and then slowly lowering the left leg, hover it right above the ground. You can squeeze your glute. That's going to help, lift a little more. Grab behind your right leg, calf or hamstring, pull towards the upper body. We do our best to keep our lower back glued to the ground. And then both legs straight back up again. And very slowly lower the right leg towards the ground. Find that hover at the bottom. Hold it. And then let the heel drop down towards the ground. Straight left leg, take it across your body into a twist. You can pick up that right hip, pull it underneath the left. Straight leg twist. Right hand helps guide the leg, left arm extends out to the side. And then bringing that leg back up to the top. Readjust, so you're in this L-shaped position again. Bring both legs straight up, so slowly lifting that right leg back to legs up the wall. And switch in this way, lower the left leg down towards the ground. Hover right above the floor, pause. And then the heel comes down, keeping that right leg straight. Use your left hand to help guide your leg across into straight leg twist. How high that leg is up close to the upper body is up to you. Good, and bring the leg back up to the top, straight leg up, straight up. And adjust the hips as needed, get everything in a straight level line. And then lift and raise that bottom leg to the top. Legs up the wall for a second. And bend those knees. And with bent knees, you can rock side to side again or grab the feet for happy baby pose. And take a little more time, rolling, rocking, taking up as much space as you would like. And then it's about that time where we get to lay down, relax, unwind. So finding a Shavasana position where you feel most comfortable. So you get to practice this being here now in this moment for just a little longer. Letting go of that which no longer serves you right here. So feel your body, your mind, your breath grow effortless as you surrender and let go for these next few minutes. As you start to take a deeper breath, invite back some movement through the fingers and toes. Invite back some thoughts floating through your mind and deeper breaths. Bringing awareness back to all the sensations in the body. Let's take a long reaching stretch. Reach back towards the back of the room. And then gently rolling to your side for that side lying position. And a slow press back to seated pose to conclude this time together. Connecting deeper with ourselves, connecting deeper with each other. We take our hands and reach up. There we go. Connect those hands and just bring them down. Hold here, eyes closed or gazing down. Take a couple more deep breaths. Just feel the healing benefits of a tiny bit of silence, that breath of noticing the sensations, the breath of our body in this moment. And then may we move throughout the day with a little more peace, a little more calm, and a little more ease. Thank you for joining in today's yoga practice. Namaste.